guys, as you guys can see for the title, today I want to share with you guys some of my favorite spring palettes that I'm planning on using this time of year. Some of them are new to me, but it's not something I bought recently. They were gifted to me a few months ago, and I thought it would be perfect to use them this time of year. Some I've already talked about, done dedicated videos on. Nothing in here is something that I purchased this past year or for this specific season recently. These are all ones that I've already had in my collection, and I only have 5. I noticed that there's a lot that I have on my collection, but these are the ones I want to hone down on and really play with this springtime. And I'm so excited, you guys. Welcome to spring. I feel like I agree with Emily Noel that spring is one of those seasons that bring the most annoying kind of weather. One day it's warm, then it's 3 days of rain, then it's cold again, it's gloomy. You get thrown in another warm day. It's like you don't know which way to go. It's very confusing. So anyway, if you're interested to see these 5 palettes, stay tuned. Some of these palettes I may have already done videos on or looks on. So if I have, I will link as much as I possibly can to reference you guys on these palettes. Some I have not even touched at all, but I plan to, and I've kept them because I specifically put in mind that I wanted to use them for this kind of season, and I'm very excited about. These are in no particular order. I'm not ranking these. I'm not putting this as the best, as the worst. I'm just going to share with you guys all 5 palettes because I'm so excited to play with these. All right, up first is this one. This is one that was sent to me in PR last year. This is What's Up Beauty Dragon Eye palette. This is one that I reviewed and I shared with you guys on my channel. This palette reminded me so much of spring, and I even said that in my review video. The colors in here, the saturation in here, it is amazing, beautiful. This brand is the reason that my mindset completely shifted when it came to indie brands. I've been on their PR list since they first started. I have their nail polishes, brushes, I have their palettes. Everything I've tried from this brand, with the exception of the mascara I wasn't a fan of, everything else I've tried has been phenomenal with this brand. And the best part about it is you can have an indie brand with affordable prices that are not made in China. All their products are made in Italy. One of the places that you can get the best kind of quality of formulas, and they can do it at a reasonable price. This is why I can't get behind most indie brands, because they don't do the same. They're jacking up the prices, more expensive than this, and this is such an amazing quality. I have yet to find somebody that has done a review on this brand or have purchased it on my recommendation that doesn't like the actual formula itself. Not necessarily the color story or the finishes, but the formula itself. It's beautiful. I love it. This one I'm so excited to pull out this time of year. The purples in here, gorgeous. Transitioning from like the winter time to now. These pops of colors. Every time I think of spring, I think of yellows and lilacs and soft greens and pastel blues, like all those shades. I just really like this palette. I'm so excited to play around with this one more. Up next is this one. This is the Menagerie Claws palette. This one came into my Pan Those Eyeshadows last year, and it allowed me to play with it a little bit more, and I realized how beautiful this is for the springtime. It just is lovely. These shades up here are beautiful. I love this little pop of green in here. Now, how I would use this palette, because it doesn't look like I can really pop in a few, it's more like a 2 shadow look for me with this palette. So like I could put the green with the pink, or this pink up here, this red right here, mix it in with one of these pinks, or even this pink down here. This gray can go really nice with this one. I can do a brown look, add a little bit of like this pinky shade, or this one, or all matte look. Things like that. That's how I would use this palette. But it's really pretty for the springtime. You are getting 2, 3, 4 different shimmery, metallic-y, duochrome shades. Not all of them are duochrome, but for the most part, those are your shimmer shades. And then you're getting 5 mattes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mattes. So it's almost an even split of what you're getting with this one, but the color story reminds me of spring. It's cute too. It's adorable. I really like this one. I'm very excited to play around with this one more, because I did play a little bit with it last year, but but I want to play with it a lot more this year. This one I got for Christmas from my friend Lisa, and I am actually looking forward to playing around with this one more in the springtime. This kind of reminds me more of spring than it does winter, fall, even summer. I do like this one for summer, but this is like the time of year where I would play around with this one. These shades right here remind me of the springtime, but I do have these browns in here that kind of bring it down a little bit. Again, it could be a 2 shadow look with this palette. These are the type of things, whenever I see a palette like this, like a 9pan palette, I'm always going for the 2 shadow look with it, because I don't think I could go for like 3 to 4 looks or 3 to 4 shadows in one look. It'd just be too much for this palette. I think this one's a 2 shadow look for me, and it's really, really nice. It's very, how do I describe this one? It's a very, not, I wouldn't say blah, but very to the point, and I think that's why I like it. It's just simple, to the point, soft, airy kind of looks, and that's what I go for in the spring. I don't go for those dark, heavy looks as much anymore, so this is something that I'd go for. So I'm excited to play around with this one more, as I gouged it with this stupid thing. All right, here we have this one. This is the Kat Von D, or KVD. I keep mixing them up because I rarely buy from this. This was actually gifted to me for the holiday season. This is the Surreal Blue Metallic Vegan Palette. Now, this one reminded me, obviously, of the springtime because of the hummingbirds in the front and all the flowers on there. It just reminds me of spring, and even the color story. It's really pretty for the springtime. These are all metallic shadows, so I would need to either pair this with one of the palettes that I have or an all matte palette, pull out a shadow stick or something to be able to use these. But don't these remind you of spring? These I don't see myself using any other time but the springtime. These are just perfect to the point. And here I go again with the 2 shadow look. That's all that I need. That's all that I need. That's my theme this spring season, is basically a 2 shadow look. Something easy, to the point, airy, light, and springy. So this one I'm excited to play around with because I have yet to play with it, knowing that I wanted to save this one for this time of year. Last but not least was this one. This one I got for my birthday last year. This is the Cosmos from Anastasia. Mine came a little bit beat up, but I have played around with this one. And even though most people like to play with this one in the wintertime, I feel like this is more of a spring palette for me. I'm getting into the warmer tones a little bit more, but I'm still having some cool tones in here. And then the shimmers just scream spring for me. This genuinely screams spring for me. I'm getting a little bit of depth down here, like obviously deeper shades if I wanted to, but for the most part, it's a lot of airy, soft shadows. Again, this would be a 2 shadow look for me. I could pair one of these and make my eye look glistening. Like, this just reminds me of spring. This is the one that I would use for springtime. Last year, I featured the Nouveau one. And again, that one would be another spring one that I could pull out. But this year, I wanted to concentrate on the newer version of it. This one's pretty. I really do like it. I think I can get a lot of uses out of this one and feel like it's nice and spring, not too much, not overdone, nice and airy on my eyes, but still look put together. All right, guys, these are the 5 palettes that I want to just concentrate on, play around with, see what I can come up with. Maybe I'll do get ready with me's for you guys. I'll do some chit chats with you guys, maybe post them on Instagram as reels, as shorts, whatever you guys want me to do. If you want me to do a dedicated eye look with one of these palettes, maybe you have them in your collection, you got them as gifts, or you purchased them and just don't know what to do with them, I'd be more than happy to showcase these in different kinds of looks. So stay tuned, because in the next few months, this is what you're going to see, is these kind of palettes on my eyeballs. Not to mention with the pan, those eyeshadows and my 50 uses kind of project pan that I have going on. This is what you're going to see, because these are the 5 palettes I want to concentrate on. I don't feel like I need more than 5 per season. I think that's more than plenty. I've realized doing the project 50 uses, what I can do, what I can't do. It's opening up my eyes a lot, you guys. So anyway, I'll link these down in the description box if they are still available. I know some of these were limited edition and you can't get them anymore, but pull out what you have from your stash in your makeup collection. See what you can dupe that I have shared with you guys. You don't necessarily have to buy exactly what I have, but check out, maybe pull out some singles and make your own palettes if you don't have any of these palettes, but you're getting inspiration from the ones that I'm sharing with you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. More videos on the screen for your enjoyment. Until then,